Thank you, everybody, for joining us today for a cruise webinar with Oceania. We have Malinda Estevez here to give us their presentation and let us know everything new that is going on with the cruise line. We're very excited, so just go ahead and take it away whenever you're ready, Malinda.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate everybody's time and coming out to hear a little bit more about Oceania Cruises and, of course, our partnership with Cruise.com. I mean, this has been such a wonderful elevation of our partnership and our cruise line. So I'm very excited to get into all of the fun things, starting with how we're pretty much that luxury of choice. I joined Oceania Cruises just about over 15 years ago, almost 16 years ago now, and I have seen us continuously raise the bar for what it means for us to have luxury, from joining with newer ships and the hardware and our beautiful ships, all the way to the elevation in food and, of course, ultimately the service. So, what luxury means to us really is providing that ultimate experience for you, our amazing guests, when you get to travel with us. Um, and it's really all about knowing who is traveling with us and what's important to you, and making sure that we can provide those items, all by guaranteeing our brand promise, your world, your way. And we kind of built our brand around these beautiful three pillars to enable us to really focus on what matters and delivering on that promise. And the three pillars that we really focus on is number one, of course, award-winning itineraries. Because when you're first thinking about where you want to go for vacation, what do you want to do? It's all about where and the immersive cultures that you can visit and the hidden gems that you never knew about that you fall in love with, and not having that cookie cutter itinerary and knowing you're going to see different and new and have those longer nights in port, those overnights in port, and having the time to truly enjoy those destinations. And of course, sailing with hundreds versus thousands means no lines, no waiting. It's easy to get on and off the ship. Additionally, a lot of the times, because we are smaller ships, we're able to actually dock in a lot of places where other larger ships have to actually tender, which is also really great for getting on and off quickly. And what we're most famous for, and probably, I mean, just honestly, the hallmark of our brand is the finest cuisine at sea. I mean, a huge part of travel is experiencing the world through food and wine. At least that's how we feel. We have a very strong passion for that, and we make sure that we invest passionately into the finest cuisine at sea, bringing it to you every step of the way, not just while you're in port, but also when you're on board with Oceania Cruises. And to make sure that we are including what matters most, we have the amenities that we feel our guests have expressed to us that are most important. And that way, you can really tailor your experience by being able to choose an item as well. So, always included on all of our ships, all of our trips, no matter what you select, whether you select a 7 day or whether you're coming with us for 180 days all around the world, you're going to have these amazing amenities, and they're always included. Starting, of course, with our gourmet specialty dining, because how can we claim to be a cruise line for foodies by foodies without that amazing dining being included? And that also expands out to your in-suite or in-stateroom dining as well. And we do offer that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So no matter when you're hungry, we've got you covered. And then we have two Wi-Fi logins per stateroom. So that way, each of you, if you're traveling with your partner, traveling with your spouse, or friends, each of you in the same stateroom will have your own login to stay connected back home. And it is Starlink, which means you're going to have that wonderful connectivity regardless as to where we're pretty much going. And then the sodas, coffees, teas, water. We don't charge for the non-alcoholic beverages, your juices, your smoothies, and we even have canteens on board, which we provide to you so you can have your water available everywhere you go. We have filling stations throughout the ship. And of course, ice cream. Who doesn't love ice cream when you're traveling? And a lot of people love our group fitness classes. I'm not a big fitness person per se, but I will tell you, I took part in two fitness classes the last time I was on board just to kind of like experience it because I had never done a spinning class. Oh my gosh, I'm totally not built for spinning. I will say I failed miserably, but it was just fun to have that camaraderie with other guests and getting to try it. And it's complimentary, so there was no harm, no foul. And the other one was a basic yoga class because I wanted to kind of learn the basics of yoga. I'm never really got into it, and it was definitely fun. And we have laundrette services, so you can actually do your laundry and have it clean and fresh before you go home. It's fully stocked, easy to use. And of course, the gratuities are included. We want to make sure that when you travel with us, you don't have to worry about the end having this big bill with all these gratuities. The shipboard gratuities are included. And then you have that choice. So you'll be able to select either wine and beer by the glass with your meals, your lunches, and your dinners, or you could select um, a generous shore excursion credit, which you can use prior to sailing on any of our shore excursions. So great opportunities there to kind of pick and choose what best suits your vacation needs and tailor to what you want. And when you travel with us, you're going to have that beautiful small ship luxury in the way of feeling cared for and cared about. It's all about that high level of personalized service with Oceania Cruises because we do have a high staff to guest ratio, and more staff looking after fewer guests means it's easier to make those meaningful connections. I always have this fun story that I love to tell about how years ago when I first was traveling with Oceania Cruises on Riviera, I drink a lot of coffee. It makes me very happy. And I usually tend to get up very early. And our barista on Riviera the first day was like, oh my gosh, you're like, the first person here. We had this little conversation. And then the next day he was like, oh, you're back again. Are you going to come every day? And I said, oh my gosh, yes, I will be here every day because I need my coffee to start my day. Otherwise, I'm just miserable. And he laughed. He says, don't worry, I got you. And literally on the third day, as I was walking up, he had my coffee there. And I was just so excited because it actually meant that he listened to me and he anticipated my needs. And I wasn't just a number. Like he actually cared and he was smiling the whole time and we were laughing and joking. And fast forward now, here we are years later. I actually saw the same gentleman. He's now on he was in December. In December, he was on our Vista. So I was super excited that he was still with the company after all this time. So definitely a happy environment for our team as well as our guests. And we are these beautiful small ships. So we have that 2 to 3 staff to guest ratio. And you can see here when you kind of look at the size of our ships, you have Princess, Liberty, and Holland, all beautiful ships, wonderful vessels, but larger, they're going to be carrying 4,000, 3,000 guests, big, larger amount of people. And then you see itty bitty little Oceania over here, where we're carrying 1,200. So you can imagine much less crowds. You still have a lot of space to yourself. So you feel like it's open, you feel airy. And we have one chef for every 10 guests, which means we're making all of your food made to order. 50% of our staff is actually dedicated to the culinary experience, and every single one of our dining venues has its own kitchen, has its own galley. So we really are making everything right then and there. And if you elect to go into one of our penthouse suites, you actually have 24-hour a day, 7 days a week butler service, and they can help with so many different things from packing and unpacking to helping you with additional shore excursions or dining or questions at the port. Whatever the questions are, whatever you need, our butlers are absolutely happy to help you every step of the way. And you're going to feel at home when you step on board Oceania Cruises, because Oceania Cruises doesn't feel like a cookie cutter. It truly feels like you're walking into a unique residential feeling. I mean, that's really what we get. We're large enough to include many of the amenities that you're used to on the larger ships, but small enough to make you have that sense of intimacy and comfort. And we are country club casual, so that means you don't need to bring gowns, you don't need to bring tuxedos. You can leave all of that stuff at home and come sail with us comfortable but still very classy. Um, and you have plenty of places to indulge from maybe you want to go enjoy a lovely cocktail over in one of our bar and lounges or have a great glass of wine or beer. We have several different ones you can choose from the Founders Bar. Founders Bar is all about like an immersive mixology program. It's got like that flavor blaster gun with vapor filled bubbles. It's always fun. And then martinis, where we have a live pianist that will come and play pre-dinner or maybe some after-dinner drinks. Sometimes they even do sing-alongs as well. And the Horizons Bar with stunning views. So our Horizons Bar is floor to ceiling windows, 180-degree views. I mean, you have no bad seat in the house. Plus, we have a dance floor at night. We have a jukebox station. Sometimes we have live music. So it's always fun there. And then if you like a little bit of gaming, you can always enjoy our casinos. Our casinos are smoke free. So everywhere on the ship is smoke free except for our smokers lounge. We do have a small smokers section. It's a separate place in of its own where you can go, and if you have somebody who likes to smoke or if you want to have a nice cigar, you can go over there. But everywhere else around the ship is smoke free. Um, and if you're looking for something a little quieter, so I have two favorite places, the baristas, because I love my coffee, and then the library on our ship. So the libraries are super cozy and intimate, and it's just a wonderful, quiet place when you just want to get away and just relax. And we have over 2,000 books there to choose from, and we have everything from biographies to science fiction to art to history. You name it, we have a little bit of something for everybody. We also have these beautiful Aquamar spa where we can have, you can have your spa treatments if you want to have massage. I actually got my hair done the last time I was on the ship. It was so great. We do facials, and we also have barbers on board for the gentlemen, and of course that wonderful fitness center. And the fitness center has everything you could ask for, from elliptical machines to the yoga. We even have free weights, so we have a little bit of something for everyone who's into fitness. And of course, back to the spa, we have that beautiful thalassotherapy pools, and we also have the sun deck with the beautiful day beds there as well. And then we also have a wonderful golf putting green if you want to kind of do a little putting over there, and pickleball for those of us who really love pickleball. And we do have some fitness tracks to walk around as well. So you'll be able to stay fit and active while you're sailing with us. And the staterooms, when you want to go and relax, there's no better place. The average stateroom with Oceania Cruises is a little bit larger. We do have it's about 20% larger than the industry average. But what's really for me, one of the highlights is our bed and our beddings. So much so that we've actually had to open up a website specifically to sell our mattresses and our bedding, because people who fall asleep on them are like, okay, those tranquility beds are absolutely magical. They are 7 zone mattresses with 400 springs covered with memory foam. And I just got to tell you, it's the best sleep I've ever had in my life. And then, of course, these beautiful, elegant furnishings and the rainforest shower, and the mirror in the bathroom is backlit anti-fog, so you don't have to worry about it getting all fogged up while you're showering and things of that nature. So for me, the staterooms are absolutely one of the best. And then, of course, for an elevated experience, you could opt into going into maybe our concierge level or even our penthouse level. And when you go up into our concierge level, you have these beautiful balconies. You get earlier dining reservations, which is wonderful. And what I mean by that is everybody gets at least one dining in every single one of our specialty dining, right? But when you can make that reservation, how early you can make it when it opens up for you, it depends on what category you're booked. So the higher level you're booked, the sooner you'll be able to make those reservations. And when you can make your reservations earlier than everybody else, you'll have a better chance of getting the day and time you want. So it's a wonderful privilege to be able to make those dining reservations earlier. And of course, when you're in that penthouse at 24 hours a day, 7 days butler coming in, restocking your mini fridge, and serving you can actually have the dining and your in-suite dining served course by course by our butlers, which is so wonderful. So say for example, you fall in love with a particular specialty restaurant. My personal favorite right now is Toscana. So if I've wanted to have Toscana, but I've already used my Toscana dining, and so maybe I couldn't get a second day in there because we were too packed. I could do course by course delivered directly to my stateroom, and my butler will make it happen. So all of those wonderful things, plus a welcome bottle of Prosecco, and who doesn't love a little bubbly when you board? And the experiences on board, I mean, from hands-on guided cooking classes in our culinary center to the artist loft where you can actually have our artists in residence teach their craft to you. So the last class I got to take was watercolor, which was really fun. And now we even have our new Link Digital classes offering lots of open classes, how to use your smartphones and video and media tips and tricks as well. Um, Live music in our wonderful Horizons Lounge, and of course, guest speakers. The last time I was on in Alaska, we had an amazing guest speaker. She was so intelligent and funny and engaging. And I went to see her at least, I think it was 3 times I went and saw her because she was just that wonderful. And you could even opt into maybe some wine tastings or maybe go and have some treatments at the spa. So there's truly always something to do, and it's always done with amazing service. I mean, our staff on board are going to take care of you with a happy smile because they truly are happy. It really is service from the heart because they love being with us and they want to make sure that you have the same experience that you would feel if you were in a five-star, place. And so we want to make sure you want to come back time and time again because you felt cared for and taken care of the entire time you're traveling with us. And they get to know you and they'll joke around with you and they'll make sure that you have the best trip ever. And all with the finest cuisine at sea. I mean, that truly is the hallmark. And it all started with Jacques Pepin. So Jacques Pepin, he is the one who we really started with and said, how do we do this? We want to have this amazing cruise line. We want it dedicated with culinary. Help us out. And he did. And he was like, I'll give you a recipe. And my philosophy is, he said, you can't make a good tomato soup without a bad tomato. So we have to have the best ingredients we can find. Okay, great. Now you have the best tomatoes, but you can't make a good tomato soup in a burnt saucepan. So great equipment, the same type of equipment you would find in Michelin star restaurants. Okay, that's great. Now the people. So we scour the earth, we get the best chefs we can, and now we have one chef for every 10 guests that sail with us. So we really have that elevated dining experience. And we're so, so proud to also be the only cruise line that has two master chefs of France working with us. We have Chef Eric and Chef Alex, and these two amazing gentlemen are master chefs of France, and they are with Oceania Cruises. They've been with us for quite a long time, and they help make up this amazing culinary advisory board. And what's so special about having that is there's only 500 master chefs in the entire world, and two of them have elected to work with Oceania Cruises. So that's really how important having the best and the finest cuisine at sea is to Oceania Cruises. And we really want to make sure that we have authentic offerings. We want to make sure that you have multiple options. So there's going to be a choice of up to 9 gourmet dining options when you sail with us. So that way you're never really bored, and we don't charge for those dining options as well. So you'll have lots of variety, and I hope you all had a great dinner. Otherwise, you're going to leave really hungry because we're going to go over some of the amazing dining that you'll be able to enjoy when you sail with us. Starting, of course, with the grand dining room because that's the grand dame of everywhere, right? So, the grand dining room, what's fabulous about the grand dining room is it's open seating dining, which means you get to come in and dine with whom you wish when you wish. You don't have to have a reservation for the grand dining room. And we have a rotating menu, so you're not going to see the same menu every single time you sit down. Um, Additionally, we do feature some Jacques signature dishes in the grand dining room as well. So it's a wonderful elevated experience when you dine here. And then our Polo Grill. Polo Grill is like your traditional steakhouse. You're going to have some great surf and turf and some delicious hearty meals. And then Toscana is that rich Italian cuisine. A lot of the dining options in Toscana actually come directly from our chef's family. So it's literally like family recipes. What's really funny about Toscana, well, not funny, but fun about Toscana, we have this great olive oil cart. So some people have these big carts. We have an olive oil cart, and it has 10 different olive oils, and it's got a couple of different vinaigrettes. And we'll explain to you this one's peppery, this one's savory, this one's mild, and you can try them all with our beautiful bread basket. It's just great. And then we have our red ginger, which is our bold contemporary Asian fusion cuisine. Um, I mean, my mouth is watering thinking about all the delectable dishes there. One of the most famous ones there is this beautiful, it's beautiful salad. It's a spicy watermelon duck salad, which is absolutely amazing. And then, of course, Jacques, which is named after Jacques Pepin himself. He actually helped decorate Jacques. So a lot of what you're going to see there came from him himself saying, this is how we should decorate this is how this should be set up. And all of the recipes, of course, are Jacques approved directly. And then the Terrace Cafe for when you're looking for something a little more relaxed. Maybe you don't want to go to a specialty dining, you just kind of want to have a nice casual meal. Terrace Cafe is our buffet style dining. And in a couple of different ports of call, about 27 of them, we actually transformed Terrace Cafe into what we call our Chef Markets dinner, where our chefs will actually go off the ship and gather fresh and breeding ingredients, bring it back on board, and make dishes based off of the port of call you're visiting. So, for example, when I was in Santorini, it was so fun. We had Greek music playing over the intercom. There were Greek flags everywhere. Our chefs were wearing the cute little Greek fisherman hats, and we had spanakopita, we had moussaka, we had baklava, we had pasticcio. I'm Greek, so of course I was like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. It tastes just like my yayas. It was great. And then we have Waves Grill for the ultimate in casual dining. It's right next to the pool. You can just literally hop out, throw on a wrap, get a great burger or a good salad. We also have great ice cream there and milkshakes. And then, of course, baristas, where you can have a delicious coffee or maybe a nice bakery, maybe a croissant. Um, and then Aquamar Kitchen. Now, Aquamar Kitchen is fairly new for Oceania Cruises, but she's such a popular venue that we've expanded her from to start off just on Vista and Allura, and now she also can be found on Marina, and eventually she's also going to be on Riviera because of her popularity. And Aquamar is all about that healthy dining. That's where you're going to get a lot of vegan and vegetarian menu options. We do have vegan and vegetarian everywhere, but this particular venue does it very well. Additionally, you're going to have poke bowls and some great proteins like some organic chicken, and we also have some fresh pressed juices. I wasn't feeling great one day, and I went there in the morning and I got a lemongrass ginger carrot shot. Oh my gosh, it just pepped me right up. It was amazing. And then in the evening, we actually also have a pizzeria over by the Waves Grill where you can get a nice fresh hand-tossed pizza. So really do have something for everybody. And then if you're looking for a memorable dining experience or just a memorable experience, we have afternoon tea time. And that's on all of our ships. So no matter where you're going, every day at 4 p.m., we do afternoon tea at our Horizons Lounge. So that wonderful little dance floor, we actually set up a live classical music, a little quartet playing there. And then, of course, we have all of the tables set up with our beautiful tea sets. And then we're going to come around and we're going to serve you your tea. And then we have the carts that come around with finger sandwiches and cookies and sandwiches and all of the amazing things. And you have to say yes to everything because it's rude to say no. So I always take one of everything. And then if you really want to have a private dining experience, we do have now this is not included. The private dining experience would cost additional. The other things are included. But the private dining seats just 8 guests. So it's a nice single party. Well, it says 10, but we always say, we try to say, eight's better to have a little more room. But you can do up to 10 if you want. I know one of my colleagues, her now husband, actually did the private dining experience. It's called Privé, and he actually proposed to her there. So if you've ever had a situation where maybe you have a great experience coming up, maybe you're celebrating a milestone anniversary or maybe a milestone birthday, and you want to have something private with just you and your family or friends, this is a nice option for you too. And then wellness assured, because we want to make sure when you travel with Oceania Cruises, you know that you're not going to have to worry about your dietary needs. We're going to have you covered, and we certainly do. So if you have any dietary needs, such as maybe an allergy, or maybe you're vegan, or maybe you need to be gluten free, just let us know. Or let your cruise.com travel advisor know, and they will let us know, and our special services team will notify the ship, and the ship will make sure that you're well taken care of. I personally am allergic to mushrooms, so what happens on board is the ship will give me my menu for the ship will give me the menu for the venue I'm going to be dining in the night before, and I can select what items I want, and then they make sure that when I go for my reservation, the items I selected are mushroom free. You don't have to do it that way. It's just an option that you have to ensure that we're taking care of you. But those itineraries, because of course, when you first start thinking about your vacation, that's what you start thinking about first. You want to think about, where do we want to go? And Oceania Cruises really does go just about everywhere. So you don't have to kind of feel like, oh, well, they're small ships, so they probably only sail out of it. Oh, no, we sail to all 7 continents, and we visit 600 ports of call in more than 100 countries. And our voyages range from 7 nights all the way up to 180 days, where you can do like a nice around the world experience. So definitely something for everyone. Whatever your dream vacation is, I am sure we can accommodate you. And the way that you travel with us is so immersive. You're going to get to experience those big, well-known ports of call, your Barcelonas and places like that, and then those tiny little hidden gems you would never have known about. And we make sure that we give you enough time to truly explore them. So, say for example, if it's a port of call that maybe you want to spend, like, you're like, oh my gosh, it would be great to see this port, but there's no way I can see it all in one day. Oftentimes we will have an overnight for those type of ports of calls, or we'll have an extended stay, or an late evening. So in general, we spend between 30 to 50% more time in each port of call versus your standard big ship premium cruise line. So that's how we can really make sure you get the best of the best in cultural immersiveness. And we have fewer days in port. Fewer days at sea, more days in port, longer itineraries, because again, the shortest itinerary we do offer is 7 days. And then we have our wonderful excursions, and some of them are literally all day excursions. We're going to take you from point A to point B the whole time. Other ones are going to be shorter excursions where you can have a little bit of something escorted and then maybe some free time for yourself. And we do release over 300 itineraries just about every year. So something will always be new to be able to have you kind of go off the beaten path and enjoy a new journey. And we're very immersive with those wonderful travel experiences, from maybe doing a food and wine trails tour or chef-led culinary discovery tours. Now, those are great because the chef will literally take you off the ship. You'll go with them to gather ingredients, come back, go to our cooking school at sea, our wonderful culinary center, and you'll be able to actually make a dish with the chef leading you every step of the way. Of course, you'll also be able to enjoy the lecturers that we have on board with our wonderful chefs too. Or maybe you like something small and intimate. I know me personally, I don't like traveling with really large crowds, which is one of the reasons why I love Oceania Cruises. But we even have that for our excursions. We do have small group tours ranging from just 10 to 16 guests available if you like, versus our standard tours. Our standard tours can range anywhere between 30 and 44 guests. So this would be something if you're looking for something a little bit more intimate. And then, of course, the type of tours we have, very culturally enriched from our Go Local tours. One of the Go Local tours I've been on was you got to dine in a local resident's home. So that was really fun, with a home cooked meal and their family. And then there's we spoke about the culinary discovery tours, but the Aquamar wellness tours. So if you've ever wanted to do maybe yoga out in an olive grove, we have that. We also have Beyond Blueprints, where we mix historians and architects with these wonderful famous landmarks, and they will go into a deep dive discussion with you about those landmarks. So you kind of get like that behind the scenes type of look. And then the Go Green tours, because this day and age is all about the sustainability of our environment, and this really helps us understand what it takes to maintain the areas that we're visiting. So, one of the tours was plastic fishing, where we learned what it took to remove plastic from the local waters. So, definitely, again, something kind of a little bit for everything. And we do have a partnership with Condé Nast, making sure that they've helped us kind of like focus in on some of the itineraries and sharing their knowledge of what to see and what to eat and what kind of experiences, insights from their editors to let us know, like, hey, this is great, you want to do this, you want to see this craft brewery over here in Juneau, things of that nature. And we just had our wonderful season launch. We did a new season launch in September, and I thought maybe you might want to see like a quick little video to kind of get you excited about this beautiful new launch. So exciting. So there's two new itineraries that I personally am putting on my bucket list. Starting with this beautiful 60-day South Pacific Grand voyage on our gorgeous Oceania Vista. Oh my gosh. I mean, this one you would be departing from Miami and you get to go through the Panama Canal, and then you'll be able to see Hawaii and the French Polynesia and Fiji and Australia and more. I mean, it really is just such a unique way to explore all of the farthest reaches of the region without having to, board a plane and get off or go from hotel to hotel. You unpack once and you're good to go. So it is absolutely stunning. And then the other one I want to do is this gorgeous 96-day Asia and Africa Grand Voyage, also on the beautiful Vista. Now, this one is going to be departing in January of 2028 out of Rome. And we're going to go through the Suez Canal before sailing over to Abu Dhabi. And then, of course, you're going to go through Perth and Sydney and Melbourne. I mean, absolutely stunning. So definitely one way to kind of get a little taste of everywhere and all this in a wonderful, unforgettable, luxurious manner. And we're super excited that our newest ship, the gorgeous Allura, is making her debut over in Europe. So we're gonna be in Europe during the off season. So we're gonna be going in the Mediterranean in the winter, like the quiet season. So from December through March, you're gonna have fewer crowds, which means you're gonna really get to enjoy everything a little bit more. We're gonna have a nice little series of some Barcelona in there, Morocco and Italy and Spain and some Greece. I mean, absolutely some beautiful, beautiful. And again, because you're there during the off season, you're there during the quiet season, you won't have all of the crowds to kind of push through from December through March. You also won't be in that awful, horrible heat that we get over there in the August and July months. So definitely take a peek at her voyages coming out there. And then if you've ever wanted to go over to London, we have an example here of a beautiful 11-day on her little insignia. Now, what's great about the insignia is she carries just 650 guests, so nice and small and intimate, and you'll be able to go through England and Scotland and Ireland and just a beautiful, beautiful voyage. And what a wonderful time of the year over there in May um, and Alaska. So I'm so excited. I just did Alaska this year for the first time on the Riviera, and the Riviera is actually returning to Alaska, and we're gonna have some great itineraries. This one in particular I picked because it's Seattle to Vancouver. It's an 11-day, but I love the fact that you get to see Ketchikan and Wrangell and Juneau. I want to do Juneau again because I was supposed to do some zip lining and I missed it. So it's totally on my bucket list. And of course, the beautiful glaciers in Sitka. You can't go wrong with all these wonderful things. You can do maybe some salmon fishing and sea kayaking. There's even a helicopter flight seeing tour over in the Mendenhall Glacier that we do. So definitely a wonderful way to see Alaska. And then the Miami to Los Angeles, if you're someone who really wants to get to experience the ship and have some of those longer sea days, because most of our sailings do not have a lot of sea days. In order to have those sea days, I always suggest doing a Trans-American where you can really get some extra sea days in there. From Miami to Los Angeles, it's 18 nights. It's transitioning the Panama Canal. So you'll still have those beautiful ports of call to stop and get off and enjoy along with the time that you want on the ship. And then the Amazon. Oh my goodness. Rio to my personal hometown, Miami. So this is so gorgeous. 21 nights. You get through, go through the Amazon River. 6 days you'll be in the Amazon River. And then you're going to see Barbados and Galapagos, I mean Guadalupe, before, of course, coming back home to Miami. So, and that's all on our little ship Serena. So definitely nice and intimate. She's only 650 guests, so you'll doubt. But even though she's only 650 guests, I should point out over 400 staff members to care for you the entire time you're traveling with us. And then if you kind of want more of an exotic, we have that cherry blossom in spring. This is going to be a Tokyo to Tokyo. And this is a 14-day also on beautiful Riviera. Absolutely amazing, immersive way to visit Japan. So definitely want to check that one out. And if you've ever wanted to go visit Auckland, you have Auckland to Sydney, 14 days on the Vista. Beautiful, immersive New Zealand, including the Milford Sound. So well worth going this route. And right now, a lot of these beautiful, beautiful itineraries are on sale. We do have a Black Friday sale, which depending on the voyage can be up to 50% off. So you're going to want to check in with your cruise.com travel advisor so that they can help look up those beautiful voyages for you and let you know which ones have the best deals. And again, the best part of all of this are those included amenities. And we make sure that you feel valued by having those included amenities. So you're not feeling like you're being nickeled and dimed. You know what's included, and you get that beautiful choice of being able to pick either wine and beer by the glass, or you can pick that generous shore excursion credit to use. Um, so definitely don't miss out on any of the voyages because you won't have to worry about those little those little bills at the end where you're going, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I was paying all that money for the soda. Don't worry about it. It's included. I mean, and of course the food is included. So you can go and enjoy all of the luxuries that you wish while you're traveling with Oceania Cruises. And then because of our partnership with cruise.com, we have a great offer for you right now when you book with them. So we have a beautiful $250 shipware credit for your stateroom when you book with cruise.com from November 11th all the way through November 25th. So from today until the 25th, you will be able to receive a $250 shipware credit when you're booked in a balcony or above with through cruise.com. So give your travel advisor a call. And the reason why I keep saying give your travel advisor a call because they're so essential to the cruise experience. They give you peace of mind, they can offer their expertise, they can help you find the perfect itinerary for your dream vacation. They will advocate for you and make sure you have the best promotion that you can have. They save you time. You don't have to do the research yourself. They're going to do all of the research for you. They're going to give you professional guidance and service. And of course, cruise.com is a legend in all of those wonderful spaces. So, definitely make sure you reach out to them so that they can assist you in every step of the way. And now I'd love to open it up for any questions you may have. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Melinda, for, giving us all of this information and for that little treat at the end. So,
Yes.
yeah. Does anybody have any questions while we have Melinda here with us? And if there's any questions later, you guys can always reach out to me, reach out to cruise.com agents, and if anything, we can reach out to Melinda as well. So with that said, again, thank you so much. It was great. I would love to be on one of these and get to experience all the food for myself. Um, but but for now, thank you so much, everybody, and thank you for joining us, and thank you.
Thank you so much. It was absolutely wonderful. I really appreciate everything. Have a great day. Have a wonderful evening.
Have a
Bye.
good night. Bye.